Welcome back to another episode of The John, your daily sports dump, where we plunge into the sports world. We are a sports pipeline for breaking news, game recaps, and the hottest takes in the sports industry. So by taking care of business, let us flush out the details and fill you in on what's happening. So take a seat, get comfortable, and make sure you have plenty of TP. It's time to explode the commode. I'm your host, John, and I'm obviously not just joined by myself today. I'm joined by Bradley Freshman. I want to make sure I get your last name right. Jackson Seastrunk.
Perfect.
So Jackson, thank you for taking time out of your busy schedule, especially it's still the off season, but you guys got some big stuff coming up this coming weeks. But like I was telling you before we started, my mom, she's in a workout class, getting her mom fit on. So, but she asked 2 questions to every guest that I've interviewed. Yeah. So she has 2 questions. I'll read them to you, and then we'll start with my questions of the interview. So our first question: what if you could only play one game in any famous basketball arena? Where would it be and why?
It would have to be in Madison Square Garden, just because like it's like legacy.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's like the basketball
Mecca
right there.
Yes,
like,
totally.
Square.
And then what do you eat before a big game? We've seen, you always hear about some athletes have crazy things. Like I saw something on Instagram the other day. I don't know if you're a big NFL guy, but Bucky Irving on the Buccaneers eats a bowl of Cinnamon Toast Crunch before every game.
That's crazy.
So, is there anything that you kind of it's like a superstition thing? I'm a baseball guy, so superstitions are big.
I say the night before, some type of pasta for sure.
Mm-hmm.
But the day of games, I gotta stop this. But I can't eat before a game.
Okay.
If I have a game today, I can't eat.
Is it just a nerve because you're just nervous due to the whole it's a game, or is it just it's kind of been something that you kind of just been since you were.
Since I got in high school, probably I feel like it make my stomach heavy.
Okay.
Make me move around slow.
Totally, yeah. I get that. I mean, obviously, I'm not playing basketball as much as usually, but usually if I go play basketball at the Markin Center, if I eat a meal before that, I'm moving slow.
Yeah.
I'm there's some trips to somewhere. There's some trips to the John, if you know what I mean, the toilet. But yeah, we can kind of start with my question. So you grew up in Fannett, Texas. Did I get that? Fannett.
Yeah.
When did basketball first become your sport?
Well, I played baseball first.
Oh.
And then I played football, and then basketball was my third sport.
Wow.
But basketball just kind of stuck with me, and the process of getting better was so slow because it was a point of time where I wasn't good, and it just sucks to suck. So I just kept working at it, and here we are.
Totally. Your dad played college baseball.
Yeah.
Did you ever think about going that route, or was it hoops from the start? I know you kind of answered that, but was it ever a point where you had it was between baseball and basketball, and what kind of led you to pick basketball?
I really didn't like baseball.
Really?
It was so hot outside, and I was in the outfield, and I was young, so I wasn't really getting the ball.
That's usually where the outfield, yeah.
Yeah. So it was really football or basketball, but I always knew I was a basketball player.
Okay, totally. What position were you for football?
Quarterback.
Oh wow, really? The lefty. So you were like a Michael Penix sort of. To talk more a little bit about your basketball, you scored over 2,000 points in high school. Which game or moment meant the most to you, and why?
I got 2. I'll say probably I had a game where I broke the school record in points. I had 51, and then I had a playoff game, my last public school game, and I had 30. But it was the environment was crazy, and they beat us the year before, so we came back and then beat them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's something that. Dietrich, I was talking to you a little bit before we started recording. That's something that he told me is the public school atmospheres, and this is nothing to say bad anything about privates.
Yeah.
But he's those public school atmospheres are awesome.
Yeah, it's unmatched.
And what so how did the move from we talked a little bit actually about your move to Xavier Academy, but how did the move from Hampshire Fannett High School to Xavier Academy shape you as a player and a person?
I say the move was so tough. It's my first kind of grown man decision I had to make in my life. I was so sad leaving all my friends and stuff from my senior year to go to a private school, but I knew it's what I needed to do to get recruited because where I'm from it's a small place. I wasn't really getting any looks or anything like that. So I know I had to do what I had to do.
Mm-hmm. Totally. When did college coaches first start recruiting you seriously, right? There's always the talks of you'll send an email out and stuff like that. That's not, but you know what I mean, that you've been through it all. So what was that moment like, and was there any a specific moment that you can remember where it was wow, this may be a possibility, I could possibly be playing here?
Yeah, well, I started getting recruited lightly my sophomore year because I played on the Adidas basketball circuit in the summer, so that drew a lot of attention. I got like a small offer my sophomore year, but it's not really nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know, until your junior year, until you can actually commit to
Yeah.
it. Then my junior year, it was just like a bunch of texting and stuff. Like, not really no offers coming. And then my senior year, like, it changed everything. I started playing like a national schedule, so more people were seeing me, and then I got some buzz, and then I ended up coming here.
Mm-hmm, totally. And to kind of build on that, something that I've seen, and you're the second freshman I've interviewed. You had multiple options.
Yeah.
What made Bradley stand out over those other schools? Because
Yeah.
Bradley, Peoria, small city,
Yeah.
middle of Illinois, right? Like the joke, cornfields is not. If you go maybe 20 minutes out, there's cornfields.
Yeah.
So, what made Bradley sort of stick out compared to the other schools?
I felt like, well, obviously my guy Montana Wheeler.
Yes.
You know, that's my guy. He had a lot to do with the decision. I really like Coach Wardle, and I love my teammates. Like, I feel like we all want the best for each other, and like I just felt the love from the first day, like on my visit, and really just they have a winning culture. Like I don't like losing. Like,
No, totally.
And you know, guys graduating like Duke Dean, Darius Hannah, like going pro, like that's what I want to do. So.
Exactly. Yeah, they have a great repertoire for that, and also looking at your shirt, the script, the uniforms.
Yes,
I'm
sir.
assuming those had something to
Fire.
do, especially
Fire.
now you got the new ones with the red and the blue.
And the
Last
navy
year was
blue.
just the red and white. So now you got the new uniforms, which
Fire.
are those are nice. You mentioned brotherhood and the coaches and how much you care about your friend, your teammates, and how much you love them. What does that look like day to day with, right? Because obviously it becomes, this is with all the athletes that I've interviewed that have taken the college step, it goes from doing something you love to becoming a job, and it's something that you love, right? And you can attest to this, right? You're still early on in your freshman year, but you're doing basically everything is around basketball.
Yeah, everything's like revolving around basketball. But like brotherhood and the coaches, like just the day to day, like if a man is having a bad day, because like one thing I've learned about college is gonna be ups and downs every day. Like no guy just gonna come in every day and just dominate every day. So we're gonna have good days and bad days. It's like holding each other up, like holding each other accountable, you know, stuff like that, and just really just wanting the best for each other.
Totally. And you talked a little bit about who helped you commit with Montana, but who else would you say was very influential in helping you make your commitment and decision, right?
Yeah.
I know for me, I wasn't an athlete, but college was a big decision. You're putting a lot of money, a lot of time into it.
Yeah.
So who was someone else that sort of helped you and be like, all right, Bradley's the right place for me?
My dad, for sure. Like my dad, it was a big part of like everything I got going. We like Bradley because it kind of remind me of Fournette. Like it's not too big, but like if you travel like an hour and a half, 2 hours, you like it's to Houston. It's like going to Chicago and stuff like that.
Totally. And yeah, obviously you haven't started your season yet, but you talked a little bit about the transition. What's been the biggest adjustment from high school basketball to college so far?
I say obvious. I mean the obvious things like the size, speed, and stuff. But like once you get that down, it's really the plays, like locking in, learning the plays. Because in high school, it's just you run a couple plays, call them Laker, Rockets, whatever.
Yes.
But like these like sets and this long plays, you really have to remember them and like have to execute.
Yeah, and I think also in high school, it's a lot more, right? You're the star on the team.
Yeah.
If our play doesn't work, ISO, all you.
Yeah,
Exactly. And now it's different where you're on a team. That's what I always think about this in every sport. All of those guys on that team in either basketball, football, baseball, you can't really ISO.
Yeah.
But in all of those sports, those guys were the go-to guys. So now you have to learn how to mesh with those guys, which is another great thing of college and college sports that kind of teaches you how to learn. How do you handle balancing practices, school, and the rest of college life?
Like another thing I've learned since I got here, you gotta have like a consistency. Like so, we go to school, go to practice, and then you come home, eat, shower up, and then gotta get your schoolwork done. And then after that, you can hang out with your friends.
Totally, yeah. It's something. Take your freshman year. Don't take it for granted.
Yeah.
Because I'm pretty. You're a sports communication major as well.
No, I'm business.
Oh,
management.
so it's gonna get a lot harder for you too. It's. I thought my freshman year I was like, okay, this is not bad, and then I hit this year and a lot more work,
Tougher.
a lot more stressful. So take that freshman year, enjoy it when you got it. Who's someone on the team that has been a big mentor or sort of a big brother figure for you?
I said a few. My guy Corey Thomas, Quan Johnson, and Osho, the Marion Birds. They're my guys. Like they always looking out for me. making sure I'm good. Just like I feel like they got my best interest.
Totally, and I think that's a great thing for Bradley fans to hear that, especially because you look at Quan. Well, also I see Quan a lot around campus. We're same major and stuff, so I always see him. And you look at him as sort of a quiet guy. So seeing him taking sort of that next step, whereas last year he was kind of in your shoes, where he's coming in, he's trying to learn the system, and he's exactly
some good guys.
Exactly, and now to see that he's sort of teaching you what everyone taught him, what the Duke Deans of the world, what Darius, what all those guys taught him is something really good to see. What's one thing you've learned about yourself since arriving to campus, and that could be in basketball, right? Have you learned that there's a weakness in this that I didn't know, and then I got here and all the guys sort of showed me that, or is there anything else?
I mean, I knew who I was coming in. Like I knew it was gonna be tough, and like the coaches gonna push me, like see if they can make me quit. But I just stayed locked in. Like I just knew what it was.
Yeah, I gotta ask, since we have a mutual friend on the basketball team in Sue. What do you think of those championship runs?
Man, that was crazy. Like conditioning tests, we got 4 champions runs. For y'all that don't know, it's a suicide, which is a free throw line back, half court back, free throw line back, full court back, and then 3 down and backs on top of that, 4 times in a minute and 10. So like you got to start preparing like a month in advance for that, or you're not gonna make it.
Yeah, and I can only assume what it's like if you don't. I'm assuming you're going until you
make it.
Exactly, which just gets harder and harder,
so you don't have a
especially
choice.
after practice. That's something I played basketball in middle school and I hated suicides, and that's like a suicide times 5.
Yeah, no, it's terrible.
For the fans who haven't seen you play yet, how would you describe your game?
I'm a big versatile guard. Like I'm 3-level scorer. I really take pride in my scoring, like guys not being able to stop me. I'm a versatile defender, like with my size, so I get stops too. Just all around player.
Totally. And you're also a left-handed guard,
yes, sir.
Which is unique. What sort of advantages does that give you? And also, you have a great mentor on the team in Demarion Birch, Osho, who is explosive.
Osho, offensive show.
Exactly.
Left-handed is guys don't. Well, I feel like lefties like kind of move different, like just have a different movement that guys aren't used to. So that's really like just a big advantage. Like guys might think that you're doing this, but you're really doing that.
Totally. Yeah, and also I think same thing. You can kind of understand this because you played baseball. The lefty swing in baseball is beautiful. Yeah. I also think a good, beautiful lefty shot in basketball.
James Harden,
James Harden, the step back, it's beautiful. Which part of your game are you most proud of right now? And that could be something, right, that you've learned from high school, or it could be something that you're starting to develop in college that you think you could really get amazing at by your end of the time, however long your college experience is.
Most proud of, I'll say, as far as development, probably my defense, because in high school it's like just bigger, faster, and stronger than everybody. Like obviously, like they're not as good, but everybody here was the best player on their team. So like that's one thing that me and Coach Wardle and all the other coaches have really like tried to lock in on, is me getting down, guarding, sliding my feet. So I'll say that.
Totally, and I think also we talked a little bit about Alex and AJ and all those guys on the team that have been in college for longer. That's another thing too, especially right when you talk about teams who make mid-major teams who make runs.
Yeah,
it's going to be those teams that have experienced guys, and also that's another great thing in the practice, right? They've seen everything, right?
They've practiced.
Exactly. Yeah. So they bring that sort of, and also they're older and bigger, right? You make jokes about them obviously being old, but they've been around and they're more physical, they're bigger, they're stronger. So I think that's another thing. What's the number one skill you're still working on improving this season? This could be right going into the season, or this could be something you want to work on continually throughout the entire season.
I'll say my defense for sure. Like I don't ever want that to be a problem on why I'm not on the floor. So that's something I'm really trying to take pride in getting better at.
And I think, right, we talked a little bit about Quan earlier, but that dude's lockdown. Yeah. I mean, he set the record last year in steals. So you got a great mentor in there.
He shows it every day in practice. Like,
exactly. Exactly. Is there a college or NBA player that you model your game after? And this could be, right, you could go from, right, a March Doug Eater, right, the March Madness guys, like who come on those mid-majors, or it could be someone, right, obviously this name doesn't sound good around Bradley, Bennett Skirts, even though, and he's also a lefty, even though, right, he terrorized us last year. The dude's a bucket, like, I'm not going to lie. So is there any college or NBA guys that you sort of try and take pieces from their game to put into yours?
I'll say as far as college, he was in college last year. Dylan Harper from Rutgers. I like his game a lot. And then the NBA, Jalen Williams from the Thunder, my favorite player. And I like James Harden a lot.
Totally. Yeah. Jalen Williams, I talked about this on my podcast during the finals.
Yeah.
I want to say he's number 2, but he's not.
I mean, he's like a killer.
He just got unlucky with having SGA on his team. And he in the finals especially, he lived up to that.
Yeah, for sure.
What's your vibe so far with the Bradley locker room heading into this season?
I mean, I think people are gonna doubt us because we're young. Like you said, we got freshmen that's gonna come in and like be asked to play big minutes like D and Montana and stuff. But I think we can do it. We got some older guys who's mentoring us. We got some guys I think gonna have a great breakout season. Jaquan Johnson, Demarion Birch, Corey. Like I feel like they're gonna go crazy this year. Caillou, he'll transfer from Liberty. He looking good. He athletic.
Yeah, if you watch one of his, there's one highlight I'm thinking of at Liberty where he does. I think it was a 360 or something. Does a crazy dunk on that rim.
Yeah, athletic. And then all the other guys like Meta, all the guys coming back. Timo have been working on their games. So I think we got a chance.
Totally, and also right. I feel like this team is very similar to the Drake team of last year, right? You bring in a few guys returning, but for the most part, it's a really new team.
Yeah.
And it's a lot of question marks, right? Like, and I think something that's going to fuel us is, right, a lot of people are picking ISU as one of the best mid-major teams in the country. That's going to fuel us, right? They're 40 minutes down the road. That's something that's just going to keep us going. What role, right? You're a freshman.
Yeah.
You're most likely going to have some effect on the games when you're there. What role do you want to carve out as a freshman?
I really just want to do, I'm not. Well, me and Coach have talked. I'm not expected to do anything, have no big in the game role this year or anything like that. But I know like my time gonna come. So just whatever I can do in practice to get my teammates better, or keep encouraging my teammates during the game, just be the best like teammate I can.
Exactly. I think that's one thing that, especially in college, that people don't understand is how important having that bench fuel you. Like one of my favorite pictures from Bradley last year is when they announced they were making a college basketball game.
Yeah.
And I think it was Quan. He was laying on the ground flexing, and you see in the background everyone on that bench is firing him up, because that's something that's really big, especially when your team's down. Having the bench back you. Is more important than the fans, right? Obviously, you want to make the fans happy.
Yeah, for sure.
But it's unrealistic. You're going to make them happy all the time. Even every single superstar has made a fan mad.
For sure.
But your teammates are always going to be having your back. So I think that's something that's really big, is having your teammates back is something that is going to – that's what makes great teams great. Like, you brought up Jalen Williams and Thunder. I mean, besides the fact –
brotherhood.
Exactly. And besides the fact that that whole bench could probably be a starting 5 for the Hornets, like you saw with Trey Mann.
Yeah.
All those dudes can easily go leave in free agency, demand a trade, but they don't want to because they love being with each other, and they're like you said, like they are best friends, brothers. In the interviews, you see them putting the towels on people and stuff like that. Like that's why they're so great, is because they camaraderie. That's how you get so good, and especially in a game like basketball where
like you need each other.
Exactly. What is some realistic goals you've set for yourself? And this could be right throughout your college career or in this season, and that could be it kind of to go with the role. But is there any like stats that you want to potentially like reach? And you talked a lot about defense, so I'm assuming that might be, but answer it however you want.
I say next year, like I want to be like Missouri Valley All Conference.
Totally.
To be honest, like I want to start. Like I want to have a big role, and then after that, just in a few years go be a pro. Like,
Exactly, and you talked about Duke and Darius, and then there's more. Zeke, Christian. Like it felt like almost all that team from last year is overseas. I mean, 4 out of the 5 starters are overseas. Exactly, and the other one is still here. And so like that's a huge thing. What do you think his team is capable of accomplishing in the Missouri Valley Conference this year?
I think we can win it, and I think we can win Arch Madness. I think we can make a run. I think we could get to the NCAA tournament.
And I gotta ask. I'm assuming this is a big reason why you came here. The Valley is one of the best mid-major conferences. I think, and obviously there's a little bias, but I think it's the best
Yeah, the best mid-major.
The best mid-major conference. You always the top echelon of this league, and even the bottom feeders.
Yeah.
Are all legit teams and can make a run. You've seen teams, right? I know Murray State made a run. That was with Ja, but still have produced NBA talents.
Yeah,
We've put Malavai like as our most recent, right? Drake is. I mean, it's so annoying, but it feels like they get a new coach and you're like, oh, it's finally our year, and then they're still always competitive somehow. Illinois State is always going to be in there. Northern Iowa is always going to be in there, and that's what makes it so good. Is you're going to get a great basketball game every time. These are, you can kind of see on my screen, not as serious sort of questions, a little more loose. I kind of like to ask these at the end of the interview. Favorite pregame hype song or artist? Do you have like kind of a specific guy like that you have before games? Like I interviewed Soleil Barnes last year. She liked to listen to gospel music a lot before her game. So is there any like artists or genres that you kind of listen to?
I would say like anything NBA YoungBoy.
Okay.
Like I'm a big YoungBoy fan, but I really tried to like break away from superstition. So I like anything I'm feeling at the time. Like I might listen to SZA, I might listen to YoungBoy, I might listen to Drake. Like it's really whatever.
That's fair because most people when they're lifting are listening to like rap music. I'm not gonna lie, I got Noah Khan going on in my headphones. Like I'm listening to Lumineer. Like I'm listening to something that I'm gonna want to listen to. I'm not gonna listen to something that's making me like mad. I want to be happy when I'm listening. Like I'm not gonna like be like, I don't want to be sitting in the corner, right? That meme of just rain and sadness. Like I want to be happy. You talked a little bit if there was a meal, but are there any go-to post-game meals that are kind of that call your name, or is it kind of just whatever's there?
Well, I'm from Texas, like we talked about, so I say Whataburger.
Oh,
that's where everybody goes after all the games.
Okay,
Whataburger. It's like a party in there.
Is Whataburger, does it back up the hype?
Yeah, it's fire.
Okay, so it's like,
sure.
Would you say it's better? Have you had In-N-Out?
Yeah, I've had In-N-Out.
What would you say is better?
Whataburger.
Okay.
Fire.
Best trash talker on the team?
I say me.
Okay.
Yeah, practice we go at it. Me, there's a couple guys. We go at it. Quan, everybody, in the heat, like we all got something to say.
Mm-hmm. And I think you got to have that, especially one of my favorite players, even though sometimes he gets annoying, Dylan Brooks.
Yeah.
He's annoying, right?
Yeah.
He's known for poking the bear, and then LeBron decided to bust his butt. But you got to have those guys that sort of defensive pests that talk their trash because
bring the attitude.
Exactly. Because if you talk your trash to someone, you're gonna find out if you can get them to play worse or better. Because if you get them playing worse, that means you're getting in their head. But if you make them play better,
you got to back it up.
Exactly. If you could dunk on any player in the MVC, or it could be on your team, or from any school, because you're still sort of new, don't know the players. If it could be from any school, who would it be and why?
If I could dunk on any player from any school.
Mm-hmm. And this could be, if you want to even expand it nationwide, feel free.
Yeah, I'm going to go nationwide. I'm going to say my guy from back home, Jeremiah Smith from East Texas Baptist.
Okay.
I would catch him if I could.
Have you ever caught him in practice? Oh, so have you let him know?
Yeah, for sure. He know what it is.
And then this is kind of my last question. What's one thing fans might be surprised to learn about you off the court, right? You're still new to this team and new to the Bradley fans, so can I talk to them, tell them something new that they wouldn't expect from you?
I mean, just like, I feel like sometimes basketball players get this like thing that they're like big-headed and stuff, but like I'm a cool guy. Like I'm chill. Like if you see me, like come up to me, it's whatever. Like I be chilling.
Totally. Well, Jackson, thank you for taking time out of your off-season schedule, especially Wednesday night. There's definitely still some work, so thanks for taking time out of that. Thanks you guys for watching this episode of the John, your daily sports dump. Make sure to subscribe so you never miss another episode, and don't forget to follow me on Instagram for sports updates and hot takes in real time. Thank you for watching. We'll see you guys on the next one.
Don't nobody go in the bathroom for about 35, 45 minutes. Somebody open the window.